Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to another video tutorial. Today's topic is slope of a line. So you know the drill. Get out your pencil, get out your composition book, and let's take some notes. So when you look at this slope of this line, you can tell that I can change its steepness by just dragging it. So right there, basically you could say there's no slope. And as I move it, what just happened there? As I move it, how do I move it? Try again. Nope, it doesn't want to move now. There we go. And now I'm moving, and you can tell it's getting steeper. So we're just talking about the slope of a line and how we can determine the slope of a line or find the slope of a line on a linear equation in a coordinate plane. Okay, so anyway, I mean, you could write this down. This is not very mathematical, but slope is just how steep a line is on a graph. How steep a line is on a graph. So let's move forward. So we have positive slopes, okay? That just says the line goes from left to right and it's going upward. Positive slope, makes sense, perfect sense. There's all different kinds of slopes. We have negative slope. So that's where the line going from left to right is going downward, okay? Negative slopes. You can press pause and write this down real quickly. It's pretty self-explanatory though. We also have zero slopes. That means there is no slope. Not going up, not going down, zero slope. And then we have what's called an undefined slope, and that is where the line is just vertical. So I went through that very quickly, but there's four types of slopes: a positive slope, a negative slope, a zero slope, and a undefined slope. Please notice this, and you might want to write this down. This might be a good thing to write down. Put a little star here, red star. A zero slope, the change in y is zero. Now you're probably like, what? Change in y, what does that have to do with? Well, your y coordinate is always, doesn't change, doesn't go up or go down. Notice the y here, no matter which, when I plot these points, the y, it looks like it's on one. The y is on one. See, it's still on one, it's still on one. So here, this would be like 4, 1. This one right here would probably be 2, 1. But that change is still on 1. So when you have a zero or a zero slope, there's no change in y. And when you have an undefined slope, there's no change. This little symbol right here just means change. That little symbol that you see here, that little triangle, change, the change. There's no change in x, okay? So notice again, here, it looks like x is always at, this looks like -2 right here. So right here is still a -2. So when we plot the coordinates, -2 and then a different coordinate. But the next order pair would be -2 and then a different point. And so there is no change in x in an undefined slope, okay? Might want to write that down. Take some notes or so. So all I want you to do is just press pause and just tell me which kind of slopes are these. Are these is this a positive slope, a negative slope, zero, undefined? And we'll go over those tomorrow. Go ahead, press pause. We'll go over those tomorrow. Just had a little sip of coffee. It's good. Next thing we're going to talk, now this is a little bit more mathematical, okay? You can find the slope of a line in math. You can find that slope. And all you do is you take the change in the y and you divide over the change in the x. So slope equals change in y over change in x. And sometimes they call that change in y, sometimes they call that the rise. And then the change in x, they call that the run. So slope is your rise over your run. Rise over run. And the change just means the difference of a y coordinate and then the difference of the x coordinate. So here's an example, okay? So you can see here, I have 2 points. I have 4, 3, as one order pair. You can see that there. And then I also have -2 over -1 as another order pair. So this is my y, right? This is your y, and this is my x. So notice in my y, I have written way over here 3 minus -1, because it's the change, the difference, okay? And over here, I have 4 minus -2 for my x. That's my run, rise over run. And that gives me my slope. And my slope, let's just backtrack here. Let's get rid of a couple lines. If I do the math here, I get this would be 4, right? Because you would just go plus, plus, right? And then this, boom, boom, is 6. So my slope is 4 over 6. What does that mean? That means my rise is 4. So notice it goes 1, 2, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, goes up 4, and then it goes over 6. 1, I'm going to count up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is my slope. And you can plot another point by doing the rise over run. So I could do another one by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and plot another point, okay? But that's how you find the slope of a line, is by taking the rise over the run. The rise is the difference of the y coordinate, blah, 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 the y coordinates, and the difference of the x coordinates, okay? So here's all I want you to do. Press pause and give me the slope of this line, the rise over run, and give me the slope of this line, and then state the type of slope that you have here. Is this positive, negative, undefined, or what was the other one? 0. Got it, okay? And I think that's really it. That was a quick video tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Make sure you write this stuff down here. This is really important to know. And we'll go further into more depth tomorrow. Tutorial was only 7.5 minutes long, and that's the way we roll. Talk to you guys later. See you. Bye-bye.